Oh, let's get to this. Wow, and immediately something in my eye. That's how this week's gonna go. Welcome, folks, to the Mechpit chat. I am your host, Ironcaster, here to get us into the swing of things because, you know what, the weekend may have come and gone, and Monday may be over now, but it's a chance to start a new week fresh, and well, let's put things out on the best foot forward. How are we doing, folks? Because it is time for the Mechpit chat. I was like, try to get my lights cued in. Oh, everything's going wrong this week. I'm dropping everything. It's gonna be one of those weeks, apparently. Ah, I need to put things away now and then. Yeah, nope, guys. It is Monday. Like I said, I'm repeating myself. Blah blah blah. Let's get things started. David Glenn is here first. Hello, sir. Welcome. I'm gonna have to mod you at some point, because for some reason I don't think I have you yet. Vince, crash and burn, my friend. What is up with my lights? Okay, that apparently is better. Uh, yeah, it's one of those weeks. Guys, thank you, Vince. Thanks for dropping that Discord link. We got you the older one, but we got it cleaned up now. What? Yes. Vince, thanks for dropping all the links. A little crazy. This has just been one of those weeks. What is going off my green screen? Nope, wrong way with that. Apparently, we need to draw me out with some lighting. Uh, so, look, I can go live right on time once in a while, but apparently when I do that right, everything else has to go wrong. This is crazy. Yeah, this has been it's been a crazy day for me so far. I go make myself a little lunch, little late dinner. I sit down. I'm like, I'm gonna make a burger and an egg. I'm gonna sit down and have this. And apparently, I've got my phone and a drink in the other hand. And I go to sit down, and then I lose the grip on my breakfast dinner. It all goes over the floor. I have a hairy egg. It just it's not going well. I nearly spill my drink. It's it's gonna be one of those weeks, but I apparently now almost knocked everything over my desk. But you know what? We're gonna stay on the positive side, folks, because the way I see it, we're getting all that bad luck out of the way now, and we're gonna go positively into the week. Because this week we're starting D&D or my open table. Mondays, I told you, Vince. Look, look. I will not hear this Garfield nonsense of the propaganda that says Monday's the worst day of the week in this. No, 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 no. It's Tuesday. Garfield lied to us all. Oh, hey, Matt. Yeah. If you want to come on by, let's try to keep things upbeat, buddy. Because let's actually send me a DM. I'll drop you a link. Yep. Tokapunk, I am right there with you. It is too easy to be blackpilled, and I don't want to be part of that. Because you know what, the world sucks out there enough, and it's a chance, and we need to go into things with a little more positivity because it's so easy to let that negativity run over everything. Everything goes back into the nothingness, and we're here to fight back. Uh, so guys, how are we doing today? Because apparently I'm getting all the bad juju out this week. But we did have some good stuff. I wonder if I can clean the desk up a bit. Maybe I'll show off at least one thing I got this week that I am looking forward to. Because This week we're gonna start a little D&D over on the Discord server. So we're gonna be doing. I'm gonna be doing a bit of an open table there with that, where anyone who's available on a Thursday night who wants to stop by, we can work it out. We'll get you rolling in, and yeah, we'll welcome you in. We'll teach you what's going on, and it's also a chance for me to, use the new dice set I just got. This was a little Kickstarter I just got from oh, hang on, I think I have a stick for this. Dice Dungeons, and these are a little fancy little 1920s inspired cocktail dice, which comes with a little carrying case. We have some fancy looking dice. They look pretty good, I think. And we even have, I don't know if I can show it here, but they have a little liquid core to them, so we have some glitter rolling around in there. It's a little hard to pick up, but I think they're beautiful. I cannot wait to use these to kill a couple players, or not. Hello, Pendragon! Welcome to the Mechpit chat. We are kind of getting a little start off the week, and we are talking some news. I don't know. So I'm kind of in the middle. I'm kind of in the little bit of a rebranding with the show here, because I do want to still slant towards the tokusatsu and all the big robots and the mecha, but I also want to talk about some tabletop games, and I want to focus on the games that I want to talk about, or some video games. We'll kind of do a little bit of mix of things, and you never know what we're gonna talk about here. So, did you drop that? No, he didn't. Yeah, guys. So, what's going on up there? Let's see. Let's say I had to drop out a really good tabletop RPG campaign, most because of scheduling course of one antidepressant. Ooh. Oh, dude, sorry, man. That's how it goes sometimes. Oh, what's this? Let me hang on. Can I pull this up in OBS, or do I have to? No, I have to go to this. Go to the chat. But let me put a pin in that, and let's look at a game that has kind of caught my attention over here. One that seems kind of fun, because one of the things I've been finding myself really enjoying as of late has been a lot of these kind of simulator games. Games like Power Wash Simulator, which is just the most relaxing, satisfying gameplay of all things. Just sitting down, kind of just spraying down a deck, or spraying down a giant robot, or power washing the side of a conveyor belt, or stuff. It's satisfying. There's just kind of, I could go at my own speed. And then there's that satisfying urge of getting something clean. Yes, Vince, those are super relaxing, and they can be a little addicting at times. Where I'm like, I'll just spray one more object, one more patio, one more thing. Meanwhile, I'm kind of letting my own patio kind of go unwashed, and I'm like, I should really wash that, but I got a game to play. But then of course there's also the happy little enjoyment that comes along, where you're like, I also like some D&D, and I like some Goblin Girls, and I'm like, but how can I put these things together? Can we have some goblins cleaning? And as it turns out, yes, we can do that. Oh, let's see. What D&D campaign are we doing? We are doing some old school essentials on Thursdays. I am in the middle of putting together my regular rule set, but OSE is one of my favorite RPGs right now, and this is one I've kind of been really obsessing over with all sorts of supplements and other materials. Oh god, what else do I have? There's all kinds of stuff I'm looking at for it. All over the place here. We have other books like The Basic Witch, The Pumpkin Spice Witch Tradition, So yes, you could be a basic witch. It's actually a really fun little book where everything's kind of themed after like kind of the kind of, I don't say hokey, but sort of that kind of classic idea of Halloween where everything's kind of styled up, sort of like a Joanne Fabrics kind of vomit all over the place. But we can make it have a little witch tradition based on that. Some things I'm pulling out of that. Okay, to enter these two, so Old School Essentials is more or less a BX retro clone. So back to the Beck Me edition of of like Advanced Dungeons and Dragons. So think back to the red box with modules such as of course I'm dropping everything. This is chaos. With adventures like Keep on the Borderlands. Whew, and we are kind of going back to a little bit of basics, but I want to sit down and have my own thing. So the larger idea is, why am I putting these in? I'm not listening to anything right now. The larger idea with the D&D campaign is that we are doing a bit of an ongoing thing, kind of inspired by some of the RPG trends that have kind of come along as late. Some people look to like the West Marches style campaign or the Bronsteins out there, and there's a lot of ideas that I want to try out. I want to experiment with because I enjoy a lot of I do enjoy gaming. In fact, this past week I just finished up the Transformers campaign I was in. I don't run enough. And on top of that, I have enough books on my shelves over here that are just piling up that I am not using with anything. I need to get to this. This has been a little bit of a fault of mine where it almost feels like I'm kind of wasting the money and I need to fix it because guys, I have so many great little books that I've picked up over time that I'm like, this is such a cool thing, but I don't use it. It's like I'm just kind of holding on onto it because it looks cool. Like this Legend of Zelda inspired RPG or supplement called Overworld, which is kind of full of all kinds of great little like monsters inspired by Legend of Zelda, including ideas like Hero Shadows. Someone went and statted them out, and while this is intended for other games such as Dungeon Crawl Classics, it's something I want to try to incorporate and take advantage of because, dude, so much of a lot of my younger years, the gaming, the fantasy stuff I've been kind of inspired by is all out of like the NES stuff, which in its own way is also in turn kind of inspired back further from D&D. So I'm trying to bring things kind of full. I want to bring things full circle a little bit, and I want to work these ideas and elements into a game I'm running. But the idea is that it is. Anyone who wants to show up is more than welcome to join. If you can't make it for a week, that's fine. But we're not doing a big old like, oh, save the world campaign. No, 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 no. It's kind of overdone. I just want to have a little sandbox I could throw people into and have it develop and progress based on what players who do show up start to do. So everyone's choices in a way kind of matter. Let's see. I've never been a big on D&D, but I like watching people play. I couldn't get into it. Don't hate me. Look, it's not for everyone, and that's totally fine. Some people just. I mean, it's like the simulators from earlier. Some people are just super into that type of game. Other people just cannot to save the life of them, and that's fine. I mean, we all have our affection. We all have our stuff we enjoy. Like, I don't know about you, Toku Punk, but I am really digging Kamen Rider Gav right now. It's really winning me over. Like, at first I was like, it's okay, and then as time's gone on, I've started to enjoy it more. Like, it was really dark this week. You mentioned there's one really cool looking looter shooter coming out called the Forever Winter. It's basically what happens when you choose Armored Core, Front Mission, and Blame. Ooh. Need Gunner or Legend of Galactic Heroes game? Well, for that, you're probably looking at something like Mechton Zeta, which was done by R. Talsorian, who's the company best known for games such as the Cyberpunk role-playing game, which has been out for years. How's the Okay, so the Transformers game went on for about 2 years using the Essence 20 system from Renegade Game Studios, which in a lot of ways kind of feels like it was inspired by a lot of 5e for D&D, and it has some good ideas to it. I like the idea that no matter what you're doing, you're basically always rolling two dice. So you're rolling two dice to reach a target number, and then sometimes you're rolling a bunch of dice. It's pretty fun. I would say check it out. Though the kind of one of the big issues that was kind of with it was it sort of feels incomplete in a way. The core book, because they've gone and done about two or three supplements for it that I feel like really help the book out. The core game assumes you're going to be playing Autobots, but then they did release a Decepticon core book that I think you could play with that by itself, but really it benefits to have both of them together. And then they released a book dedicated to combiners, which really feels like it should have been tacked onto the original books. So with that, you've got a good selection of monsters, but I would highly recommend you pick up either the crossover source book with GI Joe and Power Rangers, because that does have some rules for creating threats, or you go grab, of all things, the Power Rangers Monster Manual, because that is about 100 new monsters you could just reskin and call a new Transformer. Like I said, it's a lot of fun. I had some concept art that was. Oh, thank you, thank you, Disney Sheep Herder, for following. I didn't thank you yet. Yeah, no. I recommend it. I'd say check it out, and the fact that it's cross compatible with the Power Rangers and GI Joe and maybe My Little Pony. I haven't looked at that one, but you can kind of go play in the Hasbro sandbox and play out all those fun games. Uh, it's worthwhile, especially if you happen to be a fan of all those like those 80s toy commercial shows and Power Rangers. Which, I mean, come on, big robots. What's not to love? Especially if you could then have your Transformer combined with a Power Ranger. I like where this is going. What Gundam RPG? Heavy Gear RPG. Again, for that, you probably want to check out Mechton Zeta, which is a very Gundam feeling game from the little bits I've kind of checked out of it. Yeah. So I'm really liking Gav because it's playing up that idea of the hero being this kind of seen as sort of a monster by others around him, and he's left as a loner. So it's kind of playing up that idea of the misunderstood hero who's seen as this monster who's kind of fighting behind a mask of tears. Yes, it is. Oh god, it is such a refreshing take. I'm so happy for it. Let's see. But the writer did my least favorites, Sentai, Zenkaiger, and Lupat, which are peaker 10 episodes they felt. Ooh, let's hope that Gav can stay on this track. I could see where it could fall off because at some point we got to bring in the other two riders, and as it is, I'm kind of enjoying the idea of they're basically playing up the whole their monsters sort of thing going on, where with that body horror element to it. Hey, Snacks. Uh, you got the link if you want to stop by. And let's see, Cyberpunk was also incomplete. The last version I played didn't even have rules for grenades. Was that Cyberpunk Red, or are we talking one of the other versions? Oh, okay. They went darker with. See, they went a little darker with the backstory than I was expecting. Like, oh, his mom got basically killed and turned into candy, and they're like, oh yeah, someone totally ate your mom. And then we get like he's got marshmallow power ups, so he's like bouncing all around the place. So it's it's kind of like a candy where it's like a Sour Patch Kid, where it's got that sweet with that bit of sour to it. It it has potential, I think. And 3 episodes in, I'm kind of liking where it's going, and I sort of dropped off of the Boom Boomger for Super Sentai, but then I kind of jumped back in after about 2 3 weeks, and so I feel like I missed a little bit, but I'm trying to get back up to speed. Like the last I saw with Boom Boomger, the Red Ranger got his like fireman power up. So and apparently now the Orange Ranger is like a demon. I'm like I kind of missed some stuff here. I should really rewatch those. Like I saw this week's episode, and I got to see. Oh, actually, this week's episode was great of Boom Boomger. Where are we? My chair's dropping down. Ah, there we go. Blue's a villain now. Huh? I wouldn't have pegged that. Hey, Bob Culture. How's it going there? Actually, you know what? I have totally spaced out here. I had a little thing I was setting up here, and we were talking about some goblins for a minute there. Because life needs more goblin girls, and we need more cleaning games for simulation. So, folks, let me jump over here to this game I wanted to show off. Goblin Cleanup. This has been on my radar a little bit, and T-shirt has been teasing me. He's like, "Oh, Caster, it's got Goblin Mage. You could be all over this." And I'm like, "You son of a bitch! I am all over this." And as it turns out, the game is going to be publicly available in a week. Like it becomes fully available. Let's see. Last week I got back to original Ultraman a couple episodes ago, and we tried out Godzilla. Yeah, that happens. Actually, I gotta go catch up on the current Ultraman. I'm behind on that. Anyway, so something that T-shirt historian had to go and tease me on is this game, and I'm like, this son of a bitch knows me too well. Goblin Cleanup is an upcoming co-op cleaning game where players have to work fast to tidy up the dungeon before the next batch of heroes shows up. Which is, oh god, I need to take notes on this for my RPG, because well, the dungeon's still going to be there, and eventually players are going to leave to go and adventure. They're going to have to go back home. So I was watching this earlier, but let's go ahead and check out the little demo teaser for this one, and hopefully not be claimed by the music for it, but we'll try it anyway. We gotta have a little squid. Ah! I need this. oh god, this is gonna be so much fun in co-op too. Just shit talking, shit talking the other goblin girl maids. You're like, Ted, jump on over. I'm not gonna throw the monster at you. I swear I won't eat you. And then you do it anyway. I believe so. Oh, and that's great because I mean, just because just that extra little concept of like if one of the other players dies, they then become part of the mess that then has to be cleaned up. And if you're racing the clock for the next heroes to kind of come through, then hey, every dead player in co-op is going to wind up adding time to it. Goblins do nothing wrong. Look, Despo, we've talked about this. We are. You're just mad because in my world you've been turned into like a goblin god. They made you a goblin with some fat tits. Every portal. Yes, that's every time. It's complete chaos. Dungeon versus wife. Oh, that's a whole slew of mecha wife, all sorts of like dungeon waifus. We should make that a game. But yeah, so the game comes out October 1st, and I'm basically gonna try to tease some guys into buying the game so we can stream this because I think this game looks like it could be some fun. And if I'm gonna get teased about playing about liking goblins, then I might as well lean into it. And of course, we're gonna have to play some goblin maids cleaning dungeons, and well, I don't know, hopefully we can customize it. We can get like the shorter skirt, the fatter goblin boobies. I don't know. Maybe I'm leaning into this too much, or not. But yeah, no, it's things are going pretty good here. Uh, got some new dice. Hopefully, and yeah, like I said, we're rocking and rolling. So, oh, snacks. Oh, Gator needs to play. It's about Gator's mom. Yes, we're building out the puppet lore, and what do you guys think? Should we like? What if we could get the Cotton Council to play, and then all the puppets have to play in character? I'm just gonna like push nothing but terrible ideas or good ideas. We're gonna have a little bit of each. But I digress. This is kind of how things are going. Um, so guys, what's been going on with the world today? I suppose to take a page out of Loki's book and kind of have a little introspective talk. Things are going to hell in a handbasket out there, but in here we're not looking to be all doom and gloom. As Cat Williams said, the 2024 will be a year of revelations, of truths, and I think the truth is that the world sucks out there. So find a little bit of upbeat positivity, and that's what I'm looking to do. You know, things have been going. Uh, you would think I would have more stuff planned for this, but no, apparently not. Was there anything on the timeline here? I don't think so. I mean, not unless you want to talk about a $700 gaming console, because that ain't happening. That does kind of bring to mind, sort of on the topic of gaming, the waters of modern gaming anyway seem to be a tumultuous place where it seems though everything's up in the air. A lot of the assumptions that we had before are just kind of changing. Yes, Matt, you can come on. You just Send me a DM. I'll drop a link. Gaming is a bit of a tumultuous time because it seems though like the gamers are rising up in a way, and we're not seeing, you know, the gamer just opening up and saying, "Yes, I will buy whatever is thrown in front of me." They are turning around and saying, "No, what you're making is not good enough, and you can't shame me into buying this game." Uh, yes, it's okay if you don't come onto the stream. You're more than welcome to, but that's how. But to each their own. Because it seems as though like Ubisoft is circling the toilet, deservedly so, because they have done nothing but publish the same game for years with very little innovation, to the point that they might as well be called EA. They've they have just gotten lazy. They have hit the same button over and over and over again. And people have finally had enough. Myself, I think the last Assassin's Creed I picked up was Odyssey, which was the Greek mythology inspired one where in this supposedly historical, simulation game, we're gonna go fight Medusa. We're gonna fight a Minotaur. And that doesn't seem very historically accurate. And then, of course, they decided, oh no, see, guys, it's totally fine. We're gonna go to Japan and we're gonna tell the story of Yasuke, who the half the world now knows was in fact complete bullshit. And Ubisoft is getting mocked relentlessly at every post they do. In fact, let me see what's going on Twitter. What has Ubisoft said about it? Said just about any old topic. Did they basically say we're serving tacos in the cafeteria today? I'm sure they're being mocked savagely in that. Let's see. Splinter Cell Deathwatch is coming to Netflix. How about a new game? Where's the remake? Disappointment Awakes. Got any of them games? And a couple people were like, yeah, okay. And let's see, he also woke DEI mess. Yasuke Assassin's Creed shadow level over the top political messaging. People are taking it to everything they post on social media. Yes, some people are just going to say, yeah, I'm all here for this. But it seems like most of the people who are willing to comment on whatever, marketing push these companies are putting out is getting hit with in every comment section. And I think gamers have had enough. As Sargon and the boys of yesteryear once said, gamers rise up, and seems like they were maybe a few years too early. They didn't quite get the game, but Matt, you gotta message me. But then we get these just silly little games kind of popping up that are getting their own attention. I myself I'm still playing Final Fantasy 14, and and then there's always other little companies kind of popping up left and right that are getting some attention of their own right. Uh, it's and I mean, yeah, Decibel, you're right. Mega Man never disappoints, but you say that but I mean, the thing is, what's Capcom doing with Mega Man now? You say, if it's a question of saying, yeah, sure, retro gaming is great, and retro gaming doesn't really change, but then we're talking about an industry that just stagnates. I'm happy to play Mega Man Battle Network. I think those are some of the best Mega Man games that have come out in the last 10 years. Oh, there you go. I'm s There you go, Matt. Let's drop that link for you. they really were. They got a lot of people's attention going. Uh, for example, myself, I didn't really cue into all the Gamergate stuff until like kind of 2015, 2016 during that whole election cycle where I started to take notice of it. And basically by that point, like the movement had kind of already passed by, and I'm kind of sitting here like, what's this thing I'm hearing about? I'm like, I don't know. Like I'm just kind of being the default kind of, oh, the government wouldn't lie to me. But then you learn. Also, I got a job, and that sort of made me to get around people and see more angles of life. But let's kind of flip things around here a little bit. Let me welcome you in here. So, without further ado, hey Matt.
Oh, do I feel like shit tonight? Like I had to drop out of a really good tabletop campaign due to some scheduling conflicting with dinner time, and then of course there's also the fact that I'm one antidepressant short.
Well, I would look. It's talk a little bit outside of my realm of expertise in this, but I'd say just to take things slow and kind of.
I know.
Yeah, it's.
I do have I have a really cool game. I really should talk to y'all about. Anyone ever heard of the Forever Winter?
Yeah. Oh, this is one you were talking about.
Oh, trust me. If you love survival horror and looter shooters, trust me, this is gonna scratch that itch. Double if you love Armored Core Front Mission, Blam, and Junji Ito and all that and all that horror stuff. Like, imagine Front Mission if it was set in a grim, dark, dystopian future.
So it's it's a first-person shooter.
Third-person shooter. Well,
okay.
More tactical. Just click on the link I provided.
Oh, trust okay.
You'll know what I'm talking about.
Let's see. That's an interview, gameplay trailer. Let's pull this up on YouTube.
Yeah, I'm already loving the art style. Like, it's basically Armored Core or 5 and Verdict Day crossed with Front Mission, Blam, Junji Ito, and a whole lot of grim, dark, dystopian shit, man. I'm loving it.
The D&D Forever Winter MMO? Not quite.
Oh, it would be cool.
Let the bodies hit the floor. Let the bodies hit the floor.
There's also quite a bit of photons in the design of the mechs too. And here's the thing: you ain't actually the soldiers fighting in the war. You're actually just the bystanders trying to get by.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
That's a little unique take on things.
Yeah, you ain't a hardcore badass mech pilot. Though it would be cool if they made another game where you actually are the guy.
Well,
you're basically just a scavenger, roaming around the wastes looking for resources and supplies and water.
Why are they stealing cows?
Beats the fuck out of me, but holy shit, does this look horrifying and probably.
Okay. Oh, I like the backpack.
Yeah, you ain't actually the soldiers fighting in the war. You're actually just the bystanders trying to get by.
Okay. Oh, I like the backpack.
Yeah, it's basically Death Stranding on opposite day.
So it's an actual game.
Bingo.
And they're dropping like zombies to be bioweapons.
You guessed, cyber zombies. In fact,
Ah!
yep, that'd be quite horrifying to face.
Everybody loves burgers. You know, you're not wrong. Everybody loves. In fact, I was able to salvage my burgers tonight from dinner before I lost everything.
Everyone loves burgers except vegans.
Yeah, but the vegans aren't human, so we don't count them.
Yeah,
The don't. Okay, Vince. I think we're gonna have to do a little. When this thing comes out. Well, I'll have to. I'm gonna have to check out the demo. I'm gonna have to download it myself and get to playing it because,
yeah.
like,
Also,
I got.
Also, Forever Winter is going to enter early access tomorrow.
Okay. Goblin cleanup. Let me. Sorry, I'm just kind of downloading the demo in the background here. So I don't know, probably tomorrow. Play tomorrow night. but anyway, so I have been kind of all over the place here, trying to figure out, what I want to do to change things up, and I guess I guess, you know, so I guess I should ask, what was the game? What was the game you were playing? Like, what edition? What system?
It's basically an adaptation of Deathbringer system. It's called Through the Gorgon's Pass. Basically Conan, but grim dark version of Conan the Barbarian. If it wasn't grim dark already, plus a lot of scantily clad women.
Have you heard about the upcoming Conan RPG?
No, I don't think I have.
So Monolith, who did the Conan board game, which is a beast. I have got I think I have almost everything for it. Got the license to now do the role playing game after Modifius's license lapsed. So so I think they might be doing. Let's see, since they did a Kickstarter for the board game, they're probably gonna do a Kickstarter for the role playing game. Yep, coming Kickstarter Q4. So it could be next month. It could be December or November. And I mean, they're able to use a bunch of the art they had from the board game, which is very brutal, very violent looking. It's something I think it might be worth checking out when it does come out.
Conan the Barbarian, the RPG.
Yeah, in fact, let me pull this up here.
Considering that particular tabletop campaign I was in is basically Conan the Barbarian in all but name. That is saying something.
Know, Prince, that between the years when the oceans...
Of course, we gotta have the classic.
Oh, also gotta mention it's basically Conan, but also Dark Sun too.
Okay.
Yeah.
Actually,
you heard of Dark Sun, right?
Oh yes. There's a fan adaptation of Dark Sun that someone made for Old School Essentials that might be worth checking out.
Yeah. I still gotta get that book. Like,
it's OSE is one of the better kind of retro clones, and especially in the OSR scene, it seems to be one of the de facto ones that.
Oh yeah, the OSR is basically fuck this modern bullshit and fuck Lancer too. Give me OSR. It's OSR or nothing, especially
Well,
for Mecha.
yes, but it's. I mean, there are some things there that kind of go the other way. Uh, I do enjoy some OSR stuff. I'm not so married to it that I see it as OSR or nothing.
I know. I mean, just just give me a good RPG that without so much the woke bullshit. I mean,
Yes, but by the way, R.I.P. James Earl Jones. It's
yeah,
truly a tragedy.
yeah, he lived one hell of a life, let me tell you.
Hmm. So the RPG. So like I said, there's a little preview for the RPG out. It's a simple four stat system: might, edge, grit, and wits.
Hmm, pretty simple.
Flex dice. The flexibility dice used referred as flex dice represents how actions and attacks have a tendency to swing. That is, sometimes blows result in a bruise. Other times they result in crushed skulls. The flex dice is an additional dice that PCs must roll every time they roll dice, unless a specific rule instructs otherwise. Players should be sure that the flex dice is distinct from the other dice they're rolling so as to not confuse their results. A different color motif, for example. Each PC starts with a D10 flex dice, but it can be improved by skills to a D8 or D6. Though the number of sides on the die get fewer, this should be considered an upgrade because the likelihood of triggering the flex die is increased, where the flex dice results in the maximum value the dice can roll, a 10 for a D10, 8 for D8. A special effect called a flex is triggered. To be clear, the flex dice's resulting number is not added to any totals, it's only used to trigger the effects or not.
By the way, have you ever heard of this one OSR game called Mecha?
Oh yeah, I've got a copy.
Oh yeah, I love. I'm already loving Mecha way more than Lancer. Like, this is it's basically Mechton Zeta, but later on the rules.
I need to sit down and mess with it, but I'm so used to ascending armor class that it kind of throws me off of a lot of other systems.
Yeah,
So we'll see.
I've been, I've actually been wanting to play a Mecha campaign one of these days.
Well, I might get to it at some point, but for right now, I'm kind of more in the realm of fantasy. Maybe I might do something with like stars without number, worlds without number, cities without number. Yeah, which yes means it's apparently time for the Kevin Crawford drinking game because I can't escape it thanks to T-shirt. Anyway, so yeah, let's kind of look over this a little bit. Hyperborean age actions of characters are governed mainly by checks and attacks. When a character must do something beyond the mundane, the scaling of a wall or creeping at enemies by enemies to avoid detection, they must roll a check. To perform a check, the GM must determine which stat is most relevant to the situation. When the stat has been chosen, the character must roll their corresponding stat die and add the number rolled to the corresponding stat value. You have a 4, you roll a 7, you get a 13. 11. Go on, tell me what is best in life.
To eat
To
the
eat the
burger,
burger,
crush the
to crush the
steak,
steak,
the lamentations of the vegans and tacos.
and tacos. Let's see. So pretty average difficulties. Easy is like a 4 to 6. Difficulty, moderate difficulty is like a 9. Tough will maybe 10. Anything above a 13, it should be like this is the stuff of legends that one rarely should ever succeed at. Uh, let's see. This is about a little 32-page preview of this. Again, you can see it's got some beautiful art. Some of the restrictions of, the number of actions it takes to do certain tasks. And one of the things that's kind of interesting with this is rather than stick to the idea of a grid-based system, it corresponds with just range bands, which kind of makes for things a bit more of a narrative storytelling sort of approach. you're not counting out squares on a grid. But if you're at one end of a table, if you're at one end of like a banquet table, it stands to reason like it might take you a couple seconds to run down to the end of the table to be able to smash in that brigand's face. It'd also be a chance to use something like Professor Dungeon Master's Dungeon Train. Yeah, that just reminded me of the giant troll that used intimidation on his stealth checks. You do not see me! Oh. Actually, no, 52-page preview. So it's a pretty basic little list of rules for how to determine what you're doing. Modifiers of +3, -3 to affect difficulty. Your armor is going to determine certain roles and make it harder to do certain things like sorceries or be stealthy while increasing your defense. Actually, and this has, if a character hits the target with an attack, the target will always suffer at least 1 damage, regardless of the armor rating. I wonder if this has armor soak. Life. Weapons. Yeah, we're just kind of skimming a little bit, but we'll be checking this out further when the game does come out. And I'm sure I'll have to talk about this anyway with like T-shirt. Anyway, yeah, so like I said, new Conan RPG coming out. There's a little preview available on the Monolith website. And yeah, all of that said, it's going to be a more true barbarian experience than whatever Wizard of the Coast is putting out. Which, I wonder, what is the... Because I know that the new edition, they've, like, basically the player's handbooks for the new edition are out. But I'm not quite sure what they did with the barbarian in that, so I gotta look that up. All right, Matt. What's been your thoughts on like 5e?
It's whatever. At least it ain't 6e, which is just no.
5e.
I'll take 5e over 6e. Because have you seen what 6e looks like? I mean...
Yeah, there was a story that kind of came out where apparently a bit of the rules were kind of written down wrong or misunderstood to where it made it sound as though a player can get the advantage, get the benefit of a long or short rest mid-combat.
Yeah, that is bullshit. It's written by people who don't even know how RPGs fucking work.
Well,
I see this as a fight.
The thing is, though, it sounds as though that was a technical error. It was a typo. It needs to be clarified better, which ultimately doesn't bode well for putting out the new RPG.
5e versus Feige? 5e? At least 5e is playable. Feige just sucks.
It does suck.
I mean, and by the way, yes, 5e is not that great. I mean, I'd more prefer playing AD&D First Edition, Second Edition at the most. But if you ask me, I'm thinking First Edition is where it's at because that's basically. Let's be honest. OSR is basically a return to what made Dungeons and Dragons so great by going back to the basics.
the OSR movement is largely originally started out of an attempt to preserve those old rules, and largely, people have gone in and tried to clean things up and kind of cement their own ideas and put forward a lot of what they had preserved.
Yeah, and
And
most of the OSR and most of the people in the OSR scene are anything but wokies.
there's a couple people you could call woke there, because you gotta realize, like, anything that gains popularity, anything that has a bit of attraction to it, is going to draw people from sort of all circles of the political spectrum. Though
Yeah,
at the
no.
end of the day, it's like it or not, whatever. Just the
Just
thing is the thing is it's important to remember, leave the politics at the door. Let's just sit down and roll some dice and maybe make some funny
Yeah,
voices.
exactly. I mean, that's basically why I like Matt Click so much, because he usually leaves the politics out the fucking door and out the door for the most part. I mean,
So I thought I would show off a little bit of what I've been working on, and this is mostly just kind of I decided to go ahead and start using OneNote to kind of cement a lot of my stuff together. Just because I I hate to kind of go ahead and give Microsoft the edge here, but the way the system is set up with sort of this book idea and pages and chapters, it works in a way that makes my brain go yes. That makes my brain give me the happy juices. So so today I've been kind of sitting down and trying to cement out a lot of the rules and ideas that I wanted to play with. And so, just as a kind of a little reminder for anyone just to kind of refresh for anyone who's coming in who's coming in late from earlier in the stream, or from the stream in the stream while it's live. Uh, this is an attempt for me to kind of lay down the rules for what I want to do with my with an sort of an open table ongoing game, where I'll let people kind of come in and show up and play. Whether and if you can't make it, it's not we're not doing a big campaign where everything's sort of centered around a bigger meta plot. I don't want to run that, because it's always a frustration when it's like, well, one of the guys can't show up, but four other people have made it here, so we got to have someone's gonna say, should we just not play it? It's like, we're at a pivotal part of the story. It's like, no, fuck that. It's about just kind of adventuring a map, and maybe you get to go build a castle and get to go be like a duke of some region. So the idea is, for as I'm kind of slowly fleshing this out, and this is some ideas I've taken from another server on, what was his, from No Fun Allowed. Who's got a West Marches campaign he's doing. The idea of the basic rules for what players are going to understand going in is what I'm laying out here. First, you understand that with this game, there are beginnings and endings. The sessions are expected to begin and end inside the safety of town or city that is to be considered friendly. We're starting out with a fairly small map, but as time goes on and as players come in and adventure, this list of quote unquote safe spaces, safe spots, we'll call them, is going to expand. So over time, this will slowly expand out, and I might even expand upon this with additional races becoming available as options to players. Where in this game, it is totally fine to have multiple characters, because because you might want to go ahead and have other larger things going on that a character can be doing. Second, time marches on. Between sessions, when we are not playing, time will time will proceed. One day, once we quit the game for the night, we go away. We go away for the weekend. 3 days have passed in game. So over time, the world is going to change. A cave that this group cleared out over the course of the next couple weeks might have some new denizens come in. Well, then that means that, anyone who might not have been there before might come across that cave and, well, now they're going through it for the first time, which has the benefit for myself of already having elements created. I can fill this up with extra stuff that I can expand upon as filling out a notebook, slowly filling out with additional materials. And also and finally, my third note here for kind of what I have so far is downtime. Between sessions, the week or so between my established Thursday night is something that your PCs can do activities to maybe earn some XP, maybe earn some money, maybe try to progress towards a larger goal. And so that's something you can declare and have an effect on this world. Time marches on, but cause you some headaches. Maybe, but at the same time, I don't want to have to put everything on pause just because one person couldn't show up. If everyone else is there to play, that's fine. We can still keep playing. And also, even if you have to miss a week, that's where this downtime downtime comes into play. So when the session ends, get back to me later that night, the next day, and give me an activity that you wish to do, that your character will do during that time. If that's training to get stronger, that could be something to increase your character's abilities. Maybe you have the magic user who's decided to go out and do some research and write down scrolls. That's something that could be done between games. Maybe you want to know more about this Thieves Guild and you want to try gather intel. Well, that's a week of research being done that we can give you. Either way, even if you can't play, you can still contribute.
Well, I'm probably gonna get going. Great talking with you, Caster.
Okay. Thanks for stopping by. We'll go a little bit longer, but I figure I might as well kind of go over this a little bit more, kind of show what I have so far. My next little section is sort of my rules I was putting together for my character creation and where we're sitting with this. This is just kind of a little bit of note-taking I've been putting together today. The stats are 3d6, but you can reroll ones because nobody wants a 3. Nobody wants to have to put a 3 in their constitution. Can you do it? Sure, but But the game's going to be kind of deadly enough that I might as well give you a little something to benefit you. I mean, you can still get like a 6 and have like a -2 to your strength score. But again, it's me trying to, I don't know if it's just the modern D&D, player in me that wants to have that leniency. But I'm still, I still want to, play things, let them go where they may. I've got a list of classes and races that I'm putting together, and some of my players have opted to play race as class. So, Tabletop Junkie, for example, has a character who is just straightforward, the Halfling, which he's fine to do. I gave him the option, and he knew that a bunch of other stuff was available, he said no, he wanted to try that out for a change, which is totally fine. Fat elf race. Ooh. Huh. Maybe we should like oh, can I Oh, I see. Wait. Okay, let me Goblin? There we go. I thought something was missing. My D&D characters that were rolled by random traits and stats in order were some of the best. So that option's totally available to you if you want to do it. But I've just been so tied with a lot of kind of classic, with a lot of the like 3.5 and forward that that's kind of where I've gone with it. Real quick. Hey, Snacks, welcome. We were just talking about goblins.
Hey. Oh, cool. I know nothing about goblins. Well,
No, nothing.
I do have one goblin, but he's
He's a little bit of a crowd pleaser.
yeah, what game is this?
So this is all right. So I'm in the middle of putting together rules for what I kind of plan to do for on Thursday nights. I basically want to run some D&D on the Discord server,
Oh, cool.
and there's there's some homebrew rules that I've been kind of putting together that I wanted to sit down and formalize and have in a established place where I can just show people rather than try to walk them through it every time, and just to make sure I don't forget anything.
Oh, very neat. Very neat. It's been quite a while since I played some D&D. Quite a long while.
And I'm just kind of slowly putting together rules as I go. And I thought I would kind of sit down and talk about it a little bit while I kind of do the stream here, and yeah, kind of reach out a little more into the tabletop side of things with the channel, because that is a big side of what I've been into, but because in a way it's almost pigeonholed into just one little niche, I wanted to be able to talk about all these other things I have this passion for.
Of course. Everyone's a fan of multiple things, especially if you're a big old nerd like us.
Yes, sir. There we go.
Big. You biggened it.
So, did you happen to see the Goblin cleanup trailer?
I don't think so. I just finished work. I was actually listening and working, and then I popped off to wash up. Now I'm clean, unlike
Nice
I
and clean.
Gator.
Well, it's perfect because in that game, in that trailer, the concept is you're a bunch of goblin mage cleaning up dungeons before adventurers come in.
Oh yes, of course. You have to make sure that all the trapdoors are nice and clean, and all the spikes have all the blood cleaned off of them. You don't want to get anyone any tetanus. No, of course not.
I guess I should probably go ahead and add Barbarian to the list.
Barbarian.
Because I think most gamers would like throw a dice bag at me if I was to say no barbarians.
Yeah.
Yes, Vince, you reminded me of it. Thank you.
Yeah.
No fat elf for manga. Must consume McDonald's for every half hour. Receive penalty to your stats.
No.
No. See, if we're gonna play bring fast food in a play, it has to be the Wendy's RPG.
Yep.
Did you know about this, by the way?
I'm not sure. I do know Freddie the Yeti. He loves Frosties from Wendy's.
I believe in like 2017, 2018, Wendy's released a RPG called like Feast of Legends, in which you got modifications to your stats based on what food from Wendy's you ate.
Okay, so you guys
What's up?
like some kind of stuff.
You're
You're
you're roboting really bad.
Oh no, my bad.
There we go.
Can you hear me? Okay.
Yes.
Sorry.
Do I still have? I might have this somewhere, but I'll have to look at it later.
Yeah.
It's like so. It was just a silly RPG got put out, and because it was back when Wendy's could have fun with its marketing.
Oh yeah. This
Yeah, well,
shows, I think, do they still have a saucy like Wendy's account on Twitter or X now? I guess I don't know.
They might. Let me go look this up because I remember they used to just talk mad shit about other corporations.
The sassiest Twitter account user on as the corporate user. I was like, whoa, just clapbacking everything.
Forgiving Sarah Marshall's owner. Horrible. Wow, they've gotten lame. Hang on. This is just not funny anymore. Like, I think whoever was in charge of the Twitter account is no longer there. Hey, wait. Here, let me make sure I stream this.
It's been a while.
This is not funny.
Yeah, I think they switched the person around. I think HR got involved and
here's a little taste of it. McDonald's giving away free fries and French Fry Day. Wendy's, that's cute. We've got free fries every Friday in the app all year long. That's a step in the right direction.
It's a little softer on it. I feel like it could have been spicy, but whatever. I guess the only thing that's spicy is their chicken nowadays.
Anything is sauceable. As joke about getting free Wendy's sausages as a new member of the Nuggets that he needs an inhaler for the altitude in Denver.
Yeah.
Okay, that's a little, but it is weak.
Yeah. Like I said, I was like, I didn't know if it was the spicy tweeter anymore, but I guess not. Things happen. It's okay.
Like,
at least we have McDonald's Japan. You can miss the lo-fi jams.
Well, it makes me wish like we got more accounts like Nihilist Arby's, which just oh, here's one from September 11th of last year. Today only, come in and enjoy our Everything is Impossibly Good, and there are no consequences special, available at all locations until 8:46 a.m.
Eastern Standard Time. Interesting.
Why? What happened at 8:47 on September 11th?
Let's not say things that we all know the answer. But we don't want to say the answer.
Yeah.
Oh my goodness, yeah.
This Martin Luther King Jr. Day, force yourself to once again go through the unchanging, dull, soul-crushing routine that passes for your life while across town the CIA assassinates your hunger. Have a dream of Arby's.
Mm-hmm.
Whenever you're done pretending that this time around things will be different, head on down to Arby's where no one gives a shit and you're too high and paranoid for your own little girl's New Year's dance recital. Please continue to enjoy Arby's.
You know, Arby's. Oh boy.
Oh, fuck! I don't even want to read that one.
Lancaster, this is your channel. My goodness. Oh, yeah. Oh, I don't want to read too.
Yeah, this was one of those great little Twitter accounts, but they've become very sparing in the way they post. Oh fuck! Here's another 9/11.
Yeah.
This 9/11 wage jihad against your hunger with our Twin Towers of Smoking Beef for just $9.11 special. A joint collab between your hunger first responders at Arby's and the House of Saud. Arby's, let's roll.
Yep, another great joke. Well taste. Well, good taste right there. Yep. Oh boy. Oh boy.
So, what's Taco Bell up to?
You want to talk about it?
Oh god, because now I'm thinking about like all the gimmick accounts used to be great. Like,
Yeah.
Did you ever remember back in the day when Arby's used to do like all the great papercraft stuff?
No, I don't.
Oh my! You did see? Oh what? Wait!
Arby's wasn't around in my neck of the woods until like much later. Yeah.
Oh my god! They used to go like all out when video games would go and sorry, whenever some new show would have a presentation, they would go ahead and put something up for it. So, as an example, because this is out of our neck of the woods, for when a new Voltron show came out, Defenders of the Universe, has a nice ring to it, and it's a bunch of like Arby's cheese sticks for the limbs of Voltron.
I don't mind. That looks pretty cool. That's funny.
Okay, here's an article from Observer. Actually, this is a great one to show off, and I think we'll probably end with this because this is just it is kind of a sad state of the mainstream brands, social medias have become so corporate and boring, but they used to be fun. If you're gonna follow one fast food chain, if you're gonna follow one fast food chain on social media, it should be Arby's.
Oh, look at that. That looks like a crazy, samurai / Soul Calibur, Dark Souls kind of character.
I think it's supposed to be. Let's see, this is 2018. I think it's supposed to be Nightmare. Who knew sandwich box sculptures were a thing? Anyone following Arby's Twitter or Instagram accounts luring in the customers with original art is an odd tactic for the fast food chain, but by all accounts, it's working.
Is it Nightmare?
It
looks like it.
Check this out. There's Gear 4 Luffy and Sage Mode Naruto and Goku.
No. Okay.
All made out of wrappers and
yep. Artists. Some artists are just they have the gift, just a random gift. Yeah.
Here's Assassin's Creed Origin. When the Order craves something, no one can stand in their way. This is 2017.
Yeah.
And that used to be fun. But now I think even Arby's is kind of lame.
Yeah.
Where they're like, "Oh, here's a car holster for Arby's food." That's super popular.
It's very pedestrian.
Yeah. Oh my god, this is so lame. They made
It's
art.
very
They made
pedestrian as we show a car.
they made curly fry vodka.
Oh wow, that that sounds revolting.
But if you think about it, vodka, potato
It's
vodka.
for potatoes, yes, but just it's not the same. It's like the same potatoes is the same potatoes that makes this vodka, or okay.
Okay, that's a little funny. Like I guess guys, in the right, kind of a little in the right direction, but eh, weak.
Yeah, yeah.
No, it's lame. It's not fun anymore.
Well, they tried, but you can't strike gold every day. But no, I don't know.
Hey, Punkwaddle. Coming a little late because I think I'm about to wrap it up for the night because it is getting
Yeah.
late here and work is calling in the morning.
Cool. Yeah, I hear that. I am finally having a day off. My goodness, so busy. Oh, I've been on my feet all weekend.
And also, I figured I might as well show you a little bit of one of the changes I was kind of working on in the background. Because, I mean, aside from all the tabletop stuff, I was kind of looking at changing some things up. Is this gonna pop up here? No. No. I guess I didn't have everything quite worked out yet.
Yeah.
Is that
I'm sure.
no? Oh.
No, I still see you.
Oh well.
It's still blacked out. Yeah.
Oh wait, that's right. I have to start. Hang on, let me do this in the background. Because everything with this is sort of dependent upon Discord of all services. And if I jump over to this, we can actually get the little PNG response.
Yeah. That's cool. Funny.
Yeah.
Oh, shocked.
And then I can always have a screen share on or something.
Yeah.
So we'll oh.
Punkwaddle, I hope you have your story ready for tomorrow.
Whoa!
Got homework.
And then we can talk over here like this.
Yeah, just like that.
Yep. Yeah, the other thing with it was just that I could build this up and have other guests come in and have the little avatars pop up and do a similar thing like this.
Oh, very neat.
Yeah. And also it's ultimately just to kind of circumvent StreamYards and the increased price.
Yeah. I'm gonna have to try to migrate somewhere else. I think I'm good until March, but it's just,
Well-
I will have to transition at some point.
We'll it's something I'm working on in the background, and maybe one of these nights we can sit down and try to test some things out.
Yeah.
Because ultimately, excuse me. Ultimately, I want to kind of let keep things going, get some more people in, and kind of keep the Mechpit going. But we're gonna basically give into the VTuber side of things.
Yeah.
Like, I'm onto their secrets. I know how they do this. It's only taken me 24 years to figure it out.
You must be to submit.
We could. Oh, well, that's what we should do. I'll show you how I did that later.
Yeah.
But we could get that set up to where you basically have the different puppets.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
and then you just have one with like Gator's mouth open and then mouth closed.
Yeah, that'd be funny. I mean, VTubers are technically just digital puppets. That's what they are.
Yeah, this is more like doing the PNG tuber.
Yeah.
But you got to make sure you have one with the arms folded.
Really funny.
But well, let's wrap things up here then, shall we?
Yeah, let's wrap things up.
Yep. Guys, thank you for coming on out. We'll be around. You've got Nip and Nag tomorrow, I believe.
Negative. Tomorrow we are doing the fan fiction face-off. Tomorrow. Yes,
Okay.
yes. I'm switching it up. I'm kind of getting burnt out on the Nip and Nag, and I kind of want to do some story crafting. I kind of want to brush up on that skill. You know what I mean?
Okay.
So tomorrow we have a great matchup. We're starting off strong with things we like. We're starting off with a matchup between New Type versus Jedi. It's going to be Amuro Ray versus Luke Skywalker.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah. Amuro Ray versus Luke Skywalker in their respective vehicles. And you can write a support mothership like Home One with Admiral Akbar and the white base with Bright Noah. So
I can already picture the thumbnail for it. I could see Amuro in the G Corps going to face off against Luke Skywalker. I think it's got potential.
Yeah. So if anyone wants to just I'm gonna tweet out tomorrow, and if anyone wants to partake, just a 10-minute story, fan fiction face off, just star battle. It's a fan fiction face off star battle between Luke Skywalker and Amuro Ray. And that's gonna be a little fan fiction face off because we're just hearing everyone just complain about bad writing, show bad writing. So like, well, let's see what we got. You know what I mean? Let's have fun with the things we love.
See, OBS should work on multi-people streams. Well, the thing is, what you gotta do for that is set up your OBS to stream, and then you just go live.
Yeah.
Amuro Ray is the main protagonist of the original Gundam.
Yep, he's essentially the Luke Skywalker equivalent of that show. Essentially.
Yes, he basically has a force-like power to him as well. So there's some interesting parallels. Also, like the fact that it came out in '79, there's a lot of Star Wars inspiration into Gundam.
Yeah.
But it is a shame that Luke never got a mech. Although there is a toy.
That'd be funny. Yeah.
Let's see. Tomorrow I'll be on with Pops and Stone Loki for Talk Hard, where we are going to be sitting down and talk about some Pulp Fiction. So come on by.
Yep. What was that?
And that'll be at 5:30 Eastern.
5:30. Okay.
Yep. Well, in the next couple weeks we'll do some test streams. We'll figure out the OBS, and I'll kind of work some people into. I'll probably create like a little private link for the on the Discord server for you guys with the Mechpit chat discussion, so you can pop in. And we'll just kind of go that way. But without further ado, we'll see you later, folks. Take care, stay positive, and watch out for the robots out there. Bye.
Eject!
Ah!
Ah!